Lisa, when you heard these latest revelations, what was your reaction? Were you surprised to find out that Anthony Weiner kept sexting long after he resigned, long after the two of you had cut off contact?
Well, I'm very torn about the way I feel about the whole thing. To me, I think there's kind of a fine line. I'm still not sure if I feel as if this is cheating. I mean, there are a lot of politicians that have had actual affairs and paid prostitutes, and, you know, to me, this is a very weird thing. I think it's like a very new thing that people aren't used to with the internet. Um, I was surprised he was still doing it. I think, he moved to an adult site, which I think is maybe better than Twitter and Facebook, because that's maybe where this kind of talk belongs. The whole thing between Anthony and I was basically, to me it was funny. To me, the whole thing was basically, I never planned on meeting him. I don't think he ever planned on meeting me. I didn't feel that it was any sort of an affair, an emotional attachment in any way.
When asked about his wife, Huma Abedin, Sydney Leathers, this other woman, she broke down in tears. She said how sorry she was. I understand you've also expressed sorrow for the pain you may have caused Huma, the wife. What did you think when you saw her speaking out in support of her husband the other day?
When Anthony and I first started speaking, he was not married and I was single, and then I did not even realize he had gotten married afterwards. When I found this out, and after everything came out, I felt so bad, and I did apologize. I've tried many times to apologize to Huma, because, I had no business even joking around, flirting with her husband that way, and I still feel bad about it. I admire her, and I think that, I think that she did the right thing to say something and not just stand there and let him speak.
I know you had a tough time, Lisa, after your relationship with Anthony Weiner was exposed, between the press coverage, the reaction from your friends, co-workers, visitors. Based on your own experience, what do you think lies ahead for this other woman, Sydney Leathers?
I would just advise her, don't read the comments that people write. I'm sure I'll get comments after tonight being on your show, because I got comments from people that were so vicious that I sat home and cried, and I just would tell her, be prepared, because you're going to get a lot of criticism and not a lot of people defending you. And just I'm still trying to toughen up because of it. So, she's going to get a lot of flack from a lot of people. I hope she doesn't, but just in my experience, I did.
Leathers also says that she felt manipulated by Weiner. Did you at all feel yourself manipulated or see yourself as a victim?
I did not. You know what? Well, she's much younger than I, and I'm an adult. I'm a middle-aged woman, and I will tell you, I understand why she did, and what he sort of does to you. I do understand why she's manipulated a bit, because I would speak to him about politics, and then he sort of turns the conversation into a sexual thing. And it becomes very flattering, to me, and probably to her. He's somebody that I was enamored with and a fan of. And when he starts talking that way to you, what are you supposed to say? Oh my God, you're offending me, I'm disgusted, and hang up. No, you kind of go, well, I'm a fan of yours. So you go, to me, I was going, oh God, what does he want to hear? I'm just gonna say whatever I can think of that sounds sexy, I don't know. So I understand he does kind of turn the conversation that way, and then you kind of get sucked into it, no pun intended, I'm sorry. You get sucked into it a little bit, and you feel like, okay, now, we've started this weird relationship thing, whatever it is, and it just kind of continued.